Hey guys, real quick before we get into the video today, I just wanted to bring to your attention, I do have a TcgPlayer Store that I sell pretty frequently on here. If you guys come to my store, MatthewCodysCards, you'll see I have several cards up here for sale. Just reach out to me and let me know. If you guys are interested in anything like that, you can message me on YouTube and just say, hey, I'm interested in this card you have, and maybe we can work out a deal or something. I also have an eBay store where I do sell pretty frequently with like deck cores and play mats and football cards and stuff like that. So just reach out, guys. Please enjoy the video. Peace. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. True Knight here. So in my last video I kind of talked about digesting the Banlist, and today I wanted to talk about what my thoughts were on the meta, at least the beginning of the format thoughts. So let's get into it. So I have it situated by tier 0, 1, 1.5, rogue, or tier 2, and maybe has this just turned into an engine kind of thing. But let's get into it. So right away, off the bat, the elephant in the room. This is obviously, I don't think it's tier 0 because I think it can be beaten, but it's definitely probably the best deck in the game right now. It'll be the most representative deck, at least. And what's funny about this deck is that it can also just be an engine. Like, you could play damn near anything with Rise Up. The only things that I think you can't play with are things like Sword Soul, where you get Worm Locked, or something like that. But most decks, you can just throw some Rizal cards in and do whatever shenanigans you want to do, and then do your Rizal stuff. Like, pretty fun. But it's still also just plain out the best deck right now. It's probably the most simplistic. Anybody can pick it up and learn it right away. White Forest, I would probably put it at Rogue, tier 2. The only reason is because we don't have the new Asmina stuff yet, so we don't know what that looks like. But right now, as it stands, you'll lose to Shifter a lot, you'll lose to Nib a lot, you'll lose to Charmies, you'll lose to Droll. Like, you lose to a lot with this deck. So you have to pretty much open damn near perfect in order to stop anything in your way. So, which is hard to do. Malice, probably one of the best decks right now just because it's brand new and it's going to catch a lot of people off guard who don't know how to stop it, and it's going to catch a lot of people off guard if a good player has picked it up and learned it pretty well. So keep that in mind. Fiendsmith, this is going to go along with Cashier. These two are probably two of the strongest engines in the game. However, they are also considered to be two of the strongest decks in the game, especially when combined. I think that when these two are combined, they're actually even stronger than us, pretty heavily. So, just imagine this picture combined, and that's probably the second best deck in the room right now. Fiendsmith, Castura is probably going to give Rizal be the deck that gives Rizal a run for its money. And then when Rizal plays Fiendsmith, who knows, all bets are off. But it's also, they're two of the most powerful engines. So it's funny how the top 3 decks right now are also just top 3 engines. Kind of hilarious, right? Sky Striker, definitely Rogue. It's also can be considered an engine, I guess. Like Pack and all of them were playing it as an engine in Malice, and they did pretty well with it, so think of it that way. Lab. I think Lab's a contender. I think that Lab is in a good place, especially because Lab can play Fiendsmith and do really well. So I feel like Lab is a contender to fight for one of these top spots. I'm only going to put 3 decks, spoiler alert, sorry. I'm only putting 3 decks, or 4 technically, in the top. So anything under this, that's in this bracket right here, 1.5, I actually just consider a contender for the top spots. So, Exodia, I put it tier 2. I think it's one of the stronger tier 2s, honestly. I think it can compete for a contender spot. It doesn't give a crap about shifter. Charmies don't really hurt it, and it's really hard to out it unless you just got droplet or impo. So, yeah. Tempai. Beginning of the format, I would wholeheartedly still consider it a strong rogue. If they didn't get the hits that they were, it would be fighting right here for this spot. But considering the hits that it received, I'm gonna put it a rogue right now, just because we haven't solved the format. Obviously, it's been one day, and I feel like we got work to do on that. So maybe in a week from now, if I redo this, I'll probably redo this video. Give me about a month. We'll see where we're at and see where I stand with these. But yeah, Mermail, I'm definitely going to put this down in this category with White Forest. Going second has a really hard time. Going first is damn near impossible to beat, but decks like these don't really give a shit about what Mermail does. So, Infernoble as Amina. I think it can be rogue. I know Sir Charles is cooking up with it right now. He's working together. I know that he just lost, I think, 6 deck slots with the wanted package going away, but who knows what that guy's going to cook up this format. I'm excited to see. So, but I consider it strong tier 2. Sword Soul, it's not there anymore right now, guys. It's going to take a different format for it to compete again. It's going to take some new generic synchros for it to compete again, so in the future, but not right now. Zodiac, no. I would not be playing this deck. I know they debated us with Barrage and yada yada yada, and I know people are going to come out the woodwork with Ryzel Zodiac, but I just don't see it. So. Fire King. This is my biggest question mark of this entire list. I don't know where the hell this thing's going to end up. Where I put this thing right now and where my hope is that it is competing for a contender spot. I want it to be that strong because I want to play Fire King this format. I do. But I need to see other people's like ins and outs with it, because right now with what I've tested so far the past like 3 days, after like I can usually play through 1 or 2 stops, but like when you run into those people that have 3 hand traps and 2 starters, like you're just screwed. And I feel like a contender has to be able to play through that 3rd interaction to be considered elite. I don't think you can. So. Tier, you're also a big question mark to me. Where are you gonna end up here? I feel like you're rogue, but like where could you end up? Because you got all the Mermail, Lantian stuff. Like, somebody's got to be cooking up something. You know what I mean? Like, Tier's been quiet for too long. So, it's time to rise up? We'll see. Vanquish, I want to put it right there with Sword Soul. It's kind of just like, it's there. It's there for a good time right now. It's not there for a long time. But we'll see. Another question mark I actually have is the Shivari deck. I can't remember what you call these guys. But, this deck is kind of intriguing to me. It's been quiet for a while. You still have Fiendsmith. Like, I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of like Yubel to me right now. It's like, is Yubel going to be good or not? Well, just a Voiceless. This is not because it's like my bread and butter deck right now. It's not because of that. I feel like this deck is really good right now. You have all sorts of way to play it. It can grind out, and it's really good into Charmies, and it can play a lot of non-engine. And I've played past the 3 non-engine check that I kind of do in my head. I played through it. Especially with the Ryzel build. I kind of tend to go like Ryzel stuff. Make you stop that. Cool. Okay. Nadir. If you can stop that, cool. Okay. Low or very. And then we're off to the races. So this may be too early. And I'm going to say that it is too early. But I'm considering this a contender. I think this is a contender for the top spot. On a good day, a good Voiceless Voice player is going to beat Malice all the time. And it's going to stand up to these decks. So I feel like it has a chance to fight for a spot. Just my thought. Horus, you're a good rogue engine. You're right there with like Tyr. Hell, you could probably play with Tyr in the deck and hold your right. This is kind of the Thunder Dragon. A lot of nostalgia is going to come out for those players. Good for you. I just don't think you can beat Melodious right now. I feel like you're right there. You're competing for a spot. I want to see more out of you. Yeah. Runic, I don't know. I didn't see you at all last format. I went to locals 4 times last format. I didn't see one Runic player. So I don't know where we stand with you right now. Same with Brandon. I haven't seen you. Yeah, I've seen you on Omega, but I haven't seen you at locals. So I don't know where we stand right now. Ice Barrier. You can't get past 2 hand traps. You're just not good enough right now. We'll see where we go in the future. You Bell. I don't know. I don't know. You're one of my biggest question marks. I'm actually going to put you right here as my biggest question mark. Because I don't know. Same with Flu. Our Flu player is going to come out of nowhere and like shock us. Because they don't give a crap about Shifter. Ritual Beast. Oh my lord, nothing happened to you. So, you kind of take that spot right now for, like, I feel like these two can go, I'm actually going to put you above Exodia. I feel like this deck has the most potential to jump into that spot right now. So, just my thought process. Snake Eye, I don't know where we stand, man. I don't know where we stand. You lost probably the most pivotal card you could play. So I don't know. Same for Centurion. I'm excited to see what Centurion is. It doesn't really care about Shifter, and it plays a lot of non-engine. You can play Bestials, you can play all that stuff. I'm excited to play it, try it out this format, so I'm going to put it right here for my excitement. Mimigol and Goblin Biker, I kind of consider you guys the same thing. I just don't think you're it this format at all. Sprite. My buddy John Carlos came in and got qualifier to Anaheim. Got VIP or whatever because he won with that deck. So I am not going to say no to this deck for competing for a top spot. I'm actually going to put it right here. I'm going to put this right. You're going to be at the beginnings of I don't know Centurion. And finally, no, I haven't forgot about you, stupid, weird player base. I think you are my third and final contender spot. Memento, you just keep going, and you just don't. You just don't stop. And it pisses me off. I've had them play through 4 interruptions, including a negate in Skull Guardian, and they just keep going. So, kudos to you. Now, here's my tier list, okay? So we got Ryzel, clear-cut, best #1 deck. Fiendsmith is right behind it. Kashtira is right here at contender. Kashtira Fiendsmith is the second contender, in my opinion. Malice is the third contender. This could very easily fall off. I don't know. I don't know where it stands fully. I think we'll get a better idea in the next couple of weeks, but right now it's my third best deck. But these are also insanely powerful, just splashable engines that you can throw into a deck. And then after that will come things like this. We saw this being dumped into tier as a splashable engine that can really just pop off. And we saw packing them, like I said, they splashed Sky Striker and into there. So that's where I'm kind of at with my engines wise right now. Like, now I could do an engine video for you guys if you want, include things like Kaiju's, the adventure package, stuff like that if you want me to. But you'll need to comment in the close if you want to see ratings on that. But here's where I stand engines wise. Just engines that are splashable into decks. I think these are the top 5 right now in the game. And I consider this over the adventure package, just because a lot of decks rely on normal summon. So, but I will finish off with putting this here, how I have it ranked, and I want to make sure I have it ranked correctly. So, number 1 best deck, number 2 best deck, number 3 best deck. The 3 contenders, in my opinion, and I would actually even say like this, the 3 contenders in my opinion. And then the contenders to promote themselves out of Rogue, because I feel like these are all considered Rogue right now. But in order of competitors, I feel like you got right here, I feel like these 2 could either swap. I would consider this stronger than White Forest, this is stronger than Infernoble, this is stronger than Infernoble. Infernoble's going to kind of take a backseat here. I'm going to move this up to here, and I'm going to put this right here. Put that right there, actually that like that, and then yeah, Zodiac is just going to be the bottom one right now. I don't know which one's better than the other, but yeah. So this is actually my official ranking, so in order of what I think is strongest right now, actually. So take it in, this is the beginning of the format. Again, I want you guys to understand that. Don't feel like this is an end-all be-all from me. This is just my first intrusive thoughts of the format. We'll come back to it in a month, see where we end up. I do say it's subject to change. I'm pretty sure decks are going to come out of the woodwork and surprise the hell out of me, like Triton or things like that, but Shifter's still in the format, so we'll see. But for all we know, somebody is sitting right now cooking up something crazy, so we'll have to see what happens here. But I'm excited to see what happens. I'm bummed out still about Tenpai and Snake Eye Fire King, but let's see what people find out and figure out. Let's have a fun time with it, yeah? So, as I've been saying in my previous videos since the Banlist, this is a place of peace, guys. I'm not here for hateful, mean comments about people shitting on each other's decks. Everybody's allowed to like what they like. As you guys can see, one of my favorite all-time decks ever to play in this game is considered like bottom feeders right now, to me at least. So I'm not the kind of guy that's going to just say, oh, my stuff's the best. I fully understand where I sit at right now. So I own all of these. I own this, I own this, 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 like this, and this. So I own a good chunk of all this. So I feel like I kind of know where I'm coming from because I keep in the loop. So again, I'm not Jesse Cotton, I'm not Pac, I'm not those guys. I don't have the intel that they have. However, from a broad perspective of what I see all those pro players doing, this is where I'm at right now. So let me know what you guys think. Be kind, be respectful, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Yes, let's go. Come on. Level head, heavy metal, lead foot up on the pedal.